You guys know those type of people that just do not have a filter. You're just hanging out with them and then they say the most obtrusive and obnoxious shit in the world. Like they just say out of nowhere, like the modern day equivalent of skibbity toilet in public. Like these guys say the craziest shit. And honestly, I was one of those people in high school when I was just talking about the craziest shit. I would say the most absurd things in the world. But in this video, I kind of want to go down in my video ideas forum in my Discord server where some people are out here giving the craziest video ideas ever. And at least give you guys some solace. Yeah, I marked them as I will never make these videos, but I will give you guys my answer for if I even did make a video about them. So the first one I want to talk about is the video idea that says, will speed play help bring more finger pleasure to a girl like pussy jerking? By Lolika Uwu. He basically said, after guide, can playing Osu get you a girlfriend? I want to know, can Osu speed play improving pussy jerking? So this guy is a guy on my Discord server. He gave me the video idea for if Osu can get you a girlfriend. I did make that video because I thought it was pretty funny, but it was honestly a pretty shit posty idea. And then he made this fucking banger of a video idea. He'd be cooking it up like the Powerpuff Girls, and he said, I want to know if playing Osu speed can improve pussy jerking. And obviously when I saw that shit, I was like, what the fuck? What? I don't fucking know. My answer to this, I don't have any experience in this, so I'm not going to give you any answer. I don't really know, but I guess in theory, if you're trying to improve that sort of aspect there, playing Osu speed and trying to do the craziest shit, 375 BPM death streams, maybe it can help, but that's the extent of my answer. I don't fucking know, dude. And then all the other people are out here actually saying, like, he actually got a testimony here by Dante. He'd be saying, jokes on you, that actually helped me get my girlfriend. Single tap speed is more important because you go up and down with the entire hand. What the fuck? I don't know. I don't think I should go any more further in this topic. I think this video is gonna get fucking demonetized or some shit if I keep talking about this. But if you're interested in reading that forum, you can join my Discord server and read the rest for yourself. I don't really fucking know. And then the next video idea here that's not exactly as obscene as that is a question: if does religion make you play better? Like have a 1v1 for a religious person and an atheist. So this is a video idea made by Mango, and he's basically asking, does having a religion in Osu make you play better? So I know one of the people out here, Cloudful, I think he's Muslim. I'm not really sure. I know he's like from the United Arab Emirates or Qatar. He's out here doing the 5 prayers to the Mecca every day, the mashallah, alhamdulillah, and he's doing that before he hits like 1500 PPs and shit in Osu game. So maybe religion actually does make you play better in the aspect where you're gonna be out here spiritually connecting yourself to God as if you're connecting to the internet with your PC, and it really helps you get that spiritual connection, makes you work harder. Every time you FC a map, you're thinking at the back of your head, God will punish me with lightning and smite if I do not FC this map, and it's gonna really motivate you. Maybe you're thinking, I'm gonna go to hell if I do not FC this map, and that's gonna motivate you to play and FC the map. So maybe religion actually does make you play better in that aspect. And also, I know religion as a whole is out here giving you the fundamentals like in the 10 commandments and the overall rule book and the Quran. I'm basically saying for you, yeah, you gotta work hard and be a good human being, telling you some good virtues that you gotta have, and just overall be a good human being. So that's overall a W thing. And maybe religion does make you play better in that aspect, because just being a better person overall and just being more hardworking and having the power of God behind your back while you try to play Osu is really gonna be out here making you play better in Osu. So I guess religion does make you play better. And then the next video idea here is 10 reasons to switch to laser. And it's made by Nabil. He says, 10, you're selfish. And I basically said, hello, Peppy, because somebody else already made this video idea. But the 10 reasons to switch to laser. The thing about like switching to laser in Osu, a lot of people haven't really switched to laser yet. And if you guys do not know what laser is, it's basically Peppy's new version of Osu client. It's the newest Osu client with a bunch of new mods. It has removed note lock, and it has a very custom leaderboard system as well. Like overall, it is very just new and modern compared to stable. And it honestly is way better than stable overall. I think laser does make the game a lot easier though, but not a lot of people have switched to laser yet, because everyone is just out here sticking to stable. This is what they know and they love. Like some people might think it's weird that there's no note lock in the game anymore, and now they're able to FC maps that they never have been able to pass before, like crazy shit like that, right? Laser is out here making the game so much more different and just a lot easier, and a lot of people would be kind of dispelled by that and don't really want to switch. So I feel like not a lot of people have those reasons to switch just yet. And also another thing about laser, I was looking at the score post mechanisms. Like how would you have score posts from Reddit I'll talk about laser. Like, some of these people are gonna be putting like 13 mods on this shit and having like a different rate adjust. Like, I'm gonna change the snap to AR 9.8, OD9, HP2, circle size 3, like the craziest shit in the world, and they're gonna do like 1.3x. How are you gonna fit that all into a fucking Reddit post, score post title when everyone's out here trying to farm their karma and make the new Reddit post on the new Emmerich play? Like, what the fuck? So there's not really a lot of reasons to switch to laser just yet, but I do overall think that it is better than stable, like just in terms of the overall experience. So if you are a new player, laser is honestly way better than stable, but but for the people that are sticking to stable right now, they just don't really have much of a reason to switch. And the next video idea that was just absolutely fucking crazy here that I just completely declined is, does masturbating affect your performance gameplay? And Arnie here, he's basically saying, I remember an old clip of Timo, former Overwatch player, saying that you shouldn't masturbate right before a match because it'll make you sluggish, so I wonder if it's the same for Osu. And I basically said, I'm not even sure if it matters, to be honest. I'm not out here trying to make this video fucking crazy, get myself demonetized. The YouTube gods are gonna absolutely slay me down. They're gonna come knock down on my door and shoot me down. I'm gonna be dead on the next morning. But my take on, does masturbating affect your performance gameplay? So you're gonna have two scenarios. You're either gonna do it or you're not before you play Osu. And from my experience, I don't think it fucking matters, to be honest. Like, if you're just out, like, I think in general, if you have like these crazy horniness patterns as like a guy, then just fucking get it over with. Don't be out here spending 10 hours edging and rizmaxing your fucking cock for like 10 hours at a time, because it's honestly just a big waste of time. Like, Osu's not a fucking waste of time. Masturbating is a waste of time. Don't be out here spending fucking hours on that shit. It's stupid. But if you really have to just get it out of your system and just like get it done, like just fucking go to the bathroom or some shit and do for like 5 minutes and just hop off and just you're done for like the next couple days or so. Like, that's honestly my approach to it, and it's just something you kind of just have to manage. It's kind of like the laundries that you have to do and clean the clothes. It's just something you have to do. And my approach to it is that, like, no, I don't really think it affects your performance gameplay. And some people are out here also saying that they're masturbating while they're fucking playing Osu. So I think theoretically, though, I'm not trying to condone this, by the way. I think in theory, if you are masturbating while playing Osu, like you're fucking ridge maxing that shit while you're clicking the circles at the same time, like I don't know how the fuck you're gonna do that. Maybe you have a third hand and you just grow a third hand like a fucking mutant out of nowhere, and you're gonna start doing that shit. So from a psychological perspective, when you're jacking the shit, you're gonna be increasing your dopamine throughout the act. You're also gonna be expediting your testosterone throughout the act. And the thing about the testosterone is that while you're jacking it, your testosterone is gonna be increasing, but at the moment of, like, you know, the climax, that shit's gonna basically go all the way down as if you sold Dogecoin at $1. So I guess in theory, it could help you play Osu if you were doing it while playing Osu, just because of those parameters right there. But again, I don't really condone that shit. I don't really recommend it, because that's just fucking weird, right? Imagine you're just kind of click circles and you're gonna be out here Utami Rizmax and you're gonna be doing the crazy shit while you're fucking playing Osu. Like, don't fucking do that. Don't be a fucking weirdo. But that's my take on this topic. So the next question here is, what if PP becomes the only currency in the world? So this is a question by Lola Kauwu, video idea. And again, this guy's got to be the fucking horniest person in the world. But he's basically saying, for example, you have 3,000 PP and you can buy food for 10 PP. Then you will have 2,090 PP. He obviously has a math degree. And then you can also buy a sex doll or a house. Everything in the world you can buy PP. I don't know why the fuck he says sex doll is a fucking example, but I'm basically reading this and I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Okay, but let's take the scenario if PP actually became the only currency in the world. So some people out here, there's gonna be the rich people, obviously the top players, and then the poor people that are basically 7 inches that started playing the game. And your PP is gonna be based off of scarcity value, because it's not like you can just infinitely print PP like you can in the real world. Like in the United States, you can infinitely print money. You can't really infinitely print PP unless, actually, you probably can, because like Soltarks and Monstrata could be dropping the new farm maps and everybody can be technically farming PP and printing PP just like in that manner. So I guess there will be a bit of a PP inflation in that way. But if PP became the only currency in that aspect, yeah, I guess you can infinitely farm it by farming the new Soltarks farm maps. That'll be the meta. That'll be the new money maker meta. You know how the money making meta in the real world is you go as an engineer or as a doctor or as a computer science. That's how you basically make the most money. Like, that's what everyone wants you to do. But in Osu, the meta money making method would be to farm all the Soltarks farm maps, and that would inflate your PP. But then there's also going to be some people like me who do not like farming the Soltarks farm maps, and they're not going to get as much PP. They're going to play the fucking Toho farm maps, the AR8 bullshit. Like, that's what some people like me are doing. So people like me would not be exactly as rich as the top players out here who are doing the money making method. But I think in general, if PP became the only currency in the world, it might be kind of weird. Everyone in the world would have to basically play Osu just to have that money to convert with people. Like, the only money making method is to play Osu, which could be a nightmare or a good thing for some people. But yeah, that's just my take on it. If PP became the only currency in the world might just become a mess. Everyone's got to play PP, and farm maps would be the new money making meta. So the next video idea here is, does getting circumcised help with OSU performance? But I don't know who the fuck said this message, like the original message was deleted, but does getting circumcised help with OSU performance? I know in terms of religion wise, circumcision is something you do in some cultures, like I think Jewish people do that. For other people, it's just dependent on the parents, but I don't fucking know. Does getting circumcised help with OSU performance? I don't think it has any influence on your OSU performance if you're circumcised or not. So moving on from that video idea. And then the next video idea here is how to enjoy games. So this is basically asking a question, how to enjoy the game. In my opinion, I think the best way to enjoy the games is enjoy it. Just play the songs you like and push your skill cap and just get better. Like, I don't really know what else to talk about that. There's not really anything crazy to talk about that video idea. The next video idea here is reasons why OSU is better than Ohio State University and Oregon State University. So I don't even know what the fuck to say about this video idea because they're not even comparable. You're comparing a fucking whole ass circle clicking game with a whole ass university that represents a state. Like, they're incomparable. I can't say why OSU is better than these other shits. Like, I guess it's better because you can play the music and like click on the circles and shit, and the other ones you gotta pay your like a kidney and a liver and $100,000 in your car and your house in order to get like a 4-year education that might not even be useful for you. Maybe that's what the fuck is going on. Maybe OSU is better in that aspect that it's free. You don't have to pay any money to play OSU. The other ones you got to pay fucking $1 million to actually get like a 4-year degree, but you're gonna end up working at Starbucks anyway. And the next one is, does having week-long breaks help you improve in OSU? So the reason why I say no on this is because I was just thinking, like, obviously, dude, if you take a fucking break in OSU, it's obviously gonna reset your dopamine baselines, or you're gonna be chill maxing, and you're gonna be like, yeah, this is a pretty fun time. But overall, I don't really think there's a lot to say about this video idea. It's just like, yeah, it's pretty fun. Having these week-long breaks are pretty good for your OSU performance because it's gonna reset your dopamine baselines. It can be pretty chill, and next time you come play, you're gonna be like, wow, OSU is really fun right now. I'm gonna be FCing a ton of maps. Like, that's what I personally do. Like, sometimes I just take a big ass break and I come back and I'm enjoying the game again. And the next video idea is how to stop your pen from slipping. This is a video idea by King Yoshi, and he basically says, when I play OSU, my hands tend to sweat, so when I grip my pen over a long or hard map, my grip tends to move lower down my pen. A solution I had was to buy all-weather black colored Gorilla Tape and wrapped up my pen with it. 6 months in, and I only changed the tape 3 times. And my response to this is grip tape saved me, and I already made a video on this. Like, I already made a video about grip tape. Like, I put grip tape on my pen because I used to have like these grip problems where my fingers would be slipping all over the place and I can't really aim anymore. But grip tape completely removed that. So if any of you guys are having these grip issues as well, get some grip tape. Like, get some grip tape from fucking Amazon. Like, get the really thin one and then put it all around your pen and you'll be chill maxing. And then the next question here by Lolako Uwu, he strikes again with his fucking horniness. He's out here saying, does sleeping without panties make you better at OSU? And he says, I sleep without panties, and I found that I play better than when I slept in panties. So when I was looking at this video idea, I was like, what the fuck? I don't fucking know. I don't think this question has any impact on you playing OSU because it has no absolute impact at all. Who the fuck cares if you're sleeping in panties or not? I suppose, like, depending on like which mode you go with when you go to sleep, it helps you sleep better. Like, whatever method helps you sleep better is probably gonna indirectly help you play OSU, but it's also indirectly gonna help you do everything in life. So whichever one you do, sleeping without panties or sleeping with them, whichever one makes you sleep better is probably gonna make you play better in OSU. So that's probably my answer to that. And then the next video idea here is why you should use OSU Laser by Mango, and he basically gives a whole ass list, negligible note log, fun mods, in game, like all the, he's basically, I think he's out here being peppy. Like, I think Peppy has infiltrated my Discord server and is saying all of the good things about OSU Laser, why everyone should switch to it, because he's been out here spending 1,000 hours a day on OSU Laser for the last 2 years, and he really wants everyone on this right now. I do agree that OSU Laser is a lot better than Stable, but a lot of people are just not really making the switch because they don't really have to, right? They can still play the game on Stable, and a lot of people are already used to it, and playing OSU Laser might be weird, and the UI is kind of weird, but that's pretty much why I think not a lot of people are switching to it. And the next video idea here is by Nabil. He said, the day that Cloutful surpassed Emmerich, and he said, I guess it was a late April Fool's joke where Emmerich dropped to number 2. So what happened in April 1 is basically Emmerich was surpassed by Cloutful, and Emmerich became number 2. I don't know if this was like a glitch in the system, but it was most likely an April Fool's joke because it was at April Fool's, but that's basically what happened. When I saw it, I thought it was largely uninteresting because you know that something's going to happen on April Fool's, like whatever the fuck is going to happen, right? If you see some video from like a YouTuber and they say like, I quit, but then you check the date and it's April Fool's, you're like, he's fucking capping. Well, maybe sometimes he's not actually capping, but most of the time they're capping and they're joking around. So I just thought it was an uninteresting topic, and I didn't really make a video on that because I just thought it was kind of who fucking cares? And then the next question here is by Soupy, and they basically said, do hand arm exercises actually help in making you better at OSU? And this is basically like if you try to do wrist curls or like bicep curls or like hammer curls or just fucking all of the bicep arm exercises, and do they help you make better play in OSU? And I actually asked this to one of my friends who does play OSU, he's a lot into lifting, and he was basically saying, nah bro, that's fucking stupid, because when you're lifting weights, right, it's not exactly like a stamina intensive exercise like how you're tapping with the fingers in your forearm in OSU, right? You're gonna be lifting the weights for like 12 reps at a time, maybe 4 sets at a time, and you're gonna be doing that shit, right? It's gonna be a very short form and short time frame while you're trying to lift the weights. And when that happens, that's something called anaerobic exercises, where your body doesn't exactly use a lot of oxygen within that time frame. It doesn't really burn as many calories, and it won't really help in increasing the power of the slow twitch muscle fibers that are involved in playing OSU, because those slow twitch muscle fibers are the ones that the runners use when they're running around and shit, like running for like 2 hours at a time, like David Goggins. And then there's the high twitch muscle fibers where you got to be doing like deadlifts and like squats and shit. You got to do a very hard thing at a very short time frame, and that's what the high twitch muscle fibers. You're gonna be leveling up those high twitch muscle fibers when you're doing the bicep curls, but the slow twitch muscle fibers that are used in the forearm, they're not going to be increased while you're doing bicep curls, so it doesn't really help. And then the next one here is routine equal cheating by the beloved Lolaka Uwu. He's out here saying, does routine equal cheating? And in my opinion, no, it doesn't. Like, actually, I think routine actually fucked me up. Like, routine doesn't even help me, like, play OSU that much, I think, like, in terms of speed. But for some people, I know routine's out here actually making them go fucking crazy. I know some people, they started playing routine day one. They started FCing, everything will freeze and shit. Like, I know routine's out here doing a very good performance, but for a lot of people, because some people just not really bottom out when they're tapping. But for me, personally, I do not bottom out. So when I'm tapping on OSU game, I'm like, yeah, this doesn't even fucking change anything for me when I got to routine. So I think it depends on the person, but routine is not cheating. It is just an access to a higher equipment and a better equipment overall. It's like the same logic of comparing someone who's out here using the Burger King mouse compared to somebody who's using the Super Light. Like, that's not fucking cheating. The Super Light's way better than the Burger King mouse, obviously, but he spent like $100 to get that shit compared to the Burger King mouse that he got with his fucking Happy Meal. So not cheating. And then the next one here is the history of Capnoir by Alex. He basically said, just a brief explanation of how you got into the game and what roadblocks you had to overcome to improve. And I've already done this, bruh. I just be writing shit or whatever. So yeah, I already basically talked about like my history like in a lot of videos before. But basically, the reason why I even started playing OSU is because a lot of my friends were out here like playing FPS games and shit, and I kind of got back into it in COVID. Like, I actually started playing it beforehand. Like, I was trying to play games with my brother. Like, I was like 7 years old at the time, and we found OSU and we just started playing that shit. But I was too ashamed to play it because I was playing in the living room, and on the background, I didn't know how to change the background then, but on the background was displayed all of the anime girls in the Tier Rain map. So you know Tier Rain, there's Marisa and there's Reimu, and they're all in their fucking maid outfits at the time. And at the time, I was quite flushed and I was kind of flabbergasted at this. I was like, damn, this is kind of embarrassing for me to be displaying onto the entire stage of my living room where my whole family is. And my little brother's also doing the thing, but he doesn't give a fuck because he's an absolute alpha Chad. I was an absolute beta cuck at the time. I was like, okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Like, I'm playing the absolute anime songs like they're singing Japanese. Like, I know my fucking parents hate the Japanese people because Korean and Japanese people got a little bit of beef historically wise. So I was kind of hesitant to play that around, and I was looking at the Reimu and Marisa like doing the crazy shit on the fucking background. I didn't know how to turn that shit off, and it's playing at like max volume in the living room. So I got real embarrassed from it, and I never really played OSU again because of that. But that's kind of why I started playing OSU, and I started playing again because my friends were playing again for FPS games to improve their aim, and that's just like the history of Capnoir, why I started playing OSU. And then the last video idea here is by Lolaka Uwu once again, and his forum post here is still def. And he said, cool name for channel, said thanks and no problem. So I know a lot of people are probably thinking, he really put a lot of detail in this one. Why did you even like decline this one? He's out here spending like 3 hours to make this video idea. Why the fuck you would deny it? Well, I just think it's a bit too complex for me to cover. The SDAF topic video idea, it's really hard for me to cover. Like, I think my IQ is just not up for the task right now, but it is quite a crazy video idea, but I just don't think it's within my realm of skill. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say in this video about the craziest OSU video ideas ever. If you guys want to give your own video ideas, perhaps help me out in making a video for my 30-day upload challenge, you can join my Discord server below and pitch your video ideas. And if I select it and I like it, then I will give you 1 month of OSU supporter. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say in this video, and I'll see y'all.